Hey people, welcome back to another episode on my channel, and it's post-match review of match day 17 in the Premier League. Now, some results have been as expected. I must say some of the results are as expected and some not so much. Crystal Palace losing to Leeds United. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised, right? But then again, seeing the fact that Newcastle played out a very tough game against Chelsea, it was an interesting one. You know what? Let's just go straight into the video. Before I do that, have you subscribed to the channel? Come on, subscribe now. Why? What's happening? Subscribe to the channel. It's free, completely free, and it actually helps the channel to grow, It does. So please subscribe to the channel. Okay, straight into the post-game review. We're obviously starting off with Newcastle that played out a 2-2 draw against Chelsea. Now, Newcastle at home at St. James's Park, they are a tough team to play when you go all the way to St. James's Park. And the fact that Chelsea were able to get a point there, I must say I am quite impressed. Now, looking at the match itself, Newcastle played a better first half. They were all over the place. Chelsea were struggling to keep the ball. They were struggling to string up passes. There was a lot of incomplete passes from Chelsea. Caicedo was finding it difficult to tackle, to win duels. Newcastle on the other end, Anthony was a maniac. Let me put it like that. He was giving Chelsea defense a lot of problems, and you could tell that they couldn't handle him, and obviously leading to the 2 goals that was scored by Otamendi. The first one, I think it was a mistake from Gusto that obviously led to Newcastle getting the ball and then him scoring the goal. And then the second one was, it was a very, very beautiful goal. I think it was the 2-0 lead in the first half was deserved for Newcastle. And then in the second half, it was a different thing entirely. It was more like both sides decided to choose each halves, right? Because Chelsea in the second half, they were different. I must say that they were really different. They were more on the attacking foot, and I must say that Newcastle were a bit aggressive in this particular game. Newcastle in general, they're a very aggressive side, but I think in the second half, Chelsea matched up to the aggressiveness, which obviously led to Reece James scoring a I think it's a usual thing that we see Reece James do. He scores from free kicks, and it wasn't any different. It was a very good one for Reece James scoring the first goal, obviously was in the second half. And then the equalizer was from João Pedro. That was hard work, I must say, because Robert Sanchez just crossing the ball, and it landed straight to João Pedro. And I like the fact that he actually fought the defender off that ball. You could tell that he had been doing that all through the game, but that particular situation or that scenario, he held onto the ball. He was aggressive with the ball and not the player, and obviously that was why the defender couldn't do much, because he slipped and all that. But it was João Pedro standing his feet and making sure that he got the best of the defender, and he scoring the goal. I think it was a very, very good one from João Pedro, making it 2-2. Subsequently after that, both sides were end to end. I think Robert Sanchez made some saves, Nick Pope also made some saves. A point for both sides is deserved. I must say that it was really deserved. And then you go over to Liverpool's game, beating Tottenham, who were at home 2-1. Tottenham were down to 9 men. It's really disappointing, especially I must say that I am a bit more disappointed about Romerio's red card, because you are the captain, for Christ's sake. You know you already got a yellow card for something really that was very stupid on your part. Yes, a foul was committed. You're going to meet the referee to shout in his ears isn't going to change the situation. The referee gave it the first red card and yellow card. It is expected of you to then temper down a little bit. And then a foul was committed against you, we agree. But you now attacking the defender in almost immediately, the referee will definitely give you a yellow card, and you're already on a yellow card, so definitely you're going to get a red card. However, I do disagree about Xavi Simons' red card. I feel like, honestly, that wasn't a red card at all. A yellow card, yes, but a red card, it wasn't. But then again, I feel like it was after that red card. Much didn't happen in the first half because Xavi Simons got the red card in the first half, I think 35th minute. And Liverpool weren't able to do practically anything. And they went half-time 0-0. And then second half, I think they got better. Alexander Isak scoring the first goal, but going out injured. I think it was a very terrible injury for him. Looking at the fact that the goal he scored was a very beautiful goal, I feel like, yeah, his attention to getting the ball and then putting the ball at the back of the net was quick. But the defender obviously was on him. And he tried to just play it, but eventually hitting the defender and then getting an injury, but scoring the goal. And then the second goal obviously was from Ekitike. Yes, Ekitike scored the second goal. And yeah, I think the win was deserved. I feel like probably if Tottenham were 10 men, still 10 men against Liverpool, they would probably have equalized. But the fact that Richarlison came on, I felt that brought a bit of energy for Tottenham. You saw that they were a bit on, even with the fact that they were down to 9 men, they were still giving Liverpool problems. And probably if they had even got maybe just a few more minutes, there's a chance they could have equalized. There were also chances, but unfortunately for them, Alisson was, I think it was a good night for Alisson. There were just some spectacular saves he made, and yeah, you will say that Liverpool deserved the whole 3 points. But it just begs the question as to how Liverpool are in some games. They struggle a little bit, but now they're getting results. They're getting better. And I think that's a good one for Arne Slot and what he has done with the side and believing in them, trusting them. And the players also giving back that trust to him with the results on the field. And then obviously we head over to Arsenal's game. Arsenal, I feel like right now they are not playing very well, but they are getting results. And that is what they need. You know, sometimes you don't have to play beautiful football. You just have to ensure that you get the result, you know, that you need. And the fact that they're on top of the table and Man City is literally behind them, they want to ensure that they keep getting results. So Man City, for whatever reason, don't go top of them on the table. But the fact that they needed a penalty to get the goal, it was obviously scored by Gyökeres. A goal is a goal regardless, whether it's a penalty, a free kick, whatever. Yeah, it's a goal. And I think that goal helped them to the 1-0 win that they had over Everton. But there's still a lot of work to be done by Mikel Arteta. They were really struggling in the game. They also had chances. I feel like Saka was all over the place. The chances they had, it wasn't clinical with them. It wasn't finishing well. And then even there was a particular chance that Trossard had. Yeah, it wasn't really good enough. But then again, I feel like Nick Pope didn't make it easier for them. The defense also gave them a hard time. And they also, Everton also had their chances. There was also a penalty call for Everton that they did give. I think it was a penalty, especially on Barry. Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't get it. I do think it was a penalty, but regardless, the match has ended and it's a 1-0 win for Arsenal. Now to the arrival or title challenger, Man City. They were able to get a 3-0 win over West Ham. Am I surprised? West Ham are not really playing very well at the moment. 2 goals for Erling Haaland. And was it Reinders? Yes, Reinders also scored the second goal, I think. Yes, he scored the second goal. But you can tell that Man City is really mounting a lot of pressure on Arsenal. Right now, I think Man City has higher goal difference. At the moment, they have about 25. Arsenal has 21. But obviously, Arsenal are top of the table with 39 points and Man City with 37. So it's still 2-point difference between them. And then I think the Aston Villa is supposed to play their game tomorrow against Manchester United. I do feel like that's going to, as I said in my preview, is going to be a very, very tricky game. Man U just always knows how to break Aston Villa's winning run, even when it doesn't seem like they're playing particularly well. So definitely, I will be backing Manchester United to win that one, but yeah, it's still on Sunday. And then to the main game that I would say really surprised me was Crystal Palace losing to Leeds United 4-1. Well, I don't know what to say, because I know Leeds United playing at home, they are very annoying, really annoying. Honestly, I feel like if you don't come with your A game, they will definitely punish you. And that was exactly what they did to Crystal Palace. And I feel like Crystal Palace have been struggling a little bit. They've been finding it very difficult to get results. And that is obviously, in fact, they're even finding it difficult to put up good performances. And it's showing in their game. But I didn't expect them to lose by that huge margin. 4-1 is a lot. And there's a chance that if Manchester United win their game tomorrow, they will go top of them on the table. But honestly, I feel like some of the results have been quite impressive. Brighton and Sunderland playing out a 0-0 draw. Yeah, is quite interesting. Bournemouth and then Burnley played out a 2-2 draw. Well, some of the games, as I said, the results are not so shocking. Some you would have expected better, especially Crystal Palace's game. But regardless, the table is already shaping up with what's their name now? Arsenal still top of the table, Man City second. Aston Villa yet to play their game are still third on the table, and Chelsea are fourth. Liverpool are fifth, but Liverpool and Chelsea shared the same number of points. I think the reason why Chelsea are number 4 are on goal difference. So if for any reason Chelsea loses or draw their next game, it's going to be a tough one, because they're going to be playing against Aston Villa, who are on a very good run of form right now. So they can't even afford to lose that game. But so far, I think some of the results, as I said, have been good. Just share your thoughts in the comment section, what you think about the results in match day 17 of the Premier League. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. As I said earlier, subscribe to the channel, okay? Also, ensure to put on your post notification button to get our latest video when they drop. Follow us on all our social media handles at _official FSH. Anyways, guys, that's too much from me today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.